gut health is a standalone pillar. For over 3 decades, study after study has been published discussing the growing understanding of immunity, the growing understanding of gut function, and how modern diets and lifestyles are negatively contributing to the overall health and the damaging of our digestive system. So gut health, or your GI system, or known as your gastrointestinal system, affects and impacts all of our 7 unrivaled pillars. It impacts your DNA. Maybe you have someone, or maybe you are someone that has an autoimmune disease, maybe celiac or Hashimoto's, right? But your gut health directly is responsible to your autoimmune disease. And maybe if you don't have an autoimmune disease, maybe you're experiencing autoimmune disease symptoms, and that is also linked to gut health. Gut health also impacts your hormones, and you would have found out about this in our last episode on hormones. And the state of your gut impacts your hormones and the state of your mental health. There is a nerve in our body called the vagus nerve, and it means to wander. It wanders from your brain down into your gut, but there are 9 times more receptors going up from your gut to your brain than there is from the brain to your gut. So if you're suffering from pain or inflammation, I ask you to consider maybe going to the root cause of your pain and your inflammation, which is probably, in my opinion, as a certified functional medicine practitioner, more than likely coming from your gut. Any experience or any symptom that you're experiencing right now, I see it time and time after again. If you want to do the biggest bang for buck and fix any symptom that you're probably experiencing, whether it be allergies, hay fever, sinus, headaches, pain, inflammation, happiness or unhappiness, I ask you to consider going to the root cause and start with your gut. Now, I just said happiness or unhappiness, and the reason being is because a lot of our emotions come from inside our gut. Our happiness hormone, serotonin, breeds or starts in your gut. So our neurotransmitters and our thoughts is again aligned to the vagus nerve, which I just mentioned before. Now, a good example of having this really strong gut-brain emotional connection and maybe reaction is, have you ever thought a thought and then had intense butterflies in your stomach? So what we may not realize is that an imbalance in the gut is the source of most mild or, say, serious chronic ill health symptoms. The senior study author Meg Wang, who is an associate professor of the molecular and human genetics at a college in Houston, she agrees that the state of our health is directly related to the longevity or directly related to our lifespan. She did a study that had a look at the bacterial genes inside our gut microbiome and how it impacted a worm's lifespan. She said that of the nearly 4,000 bacterial genes that we tested, when 29 were deleted, it increased the worm's lifespan. Now, 12 of these bacterial mutants also protected the worms from tumor growth and the accumulation of amyloid beta, which is a characteristic of Alzheimer's disease in humans. Now, I don't know about you, but my grandparents had Alzheimer's disease, and I remember being a kid. I'm actually getting goosebumps now just telling you this story. I remember being a kid going into the nursing home, and my grandma didn't even know who my dad was, which was her son. So to live a life like that is just absolutely ludicrous in my mind. And now knowing that we can prevent this just by understanding the state of our gut and fixing that gut-brain connection to remove the brain fog, the forgetfulness and neurological disorders, this is such a powerful tool.